Now, I don't want you to get carried away by what we're going to be talking about here. I want to be very clear before I dive in. This video is not going to be pro friend zone. This video is not going to support you getting in the friend zone in such a way at the hopes of you eventually being romantic or sexual with that girl, whoever she may be. So I'm not going to be teaching you how to go down the friend zone route to be able to get her to like you. And the reason why is simple. It's because it doesn't work. It never works if you're trying to go what I call the backdoor route. How do I know? Oh boy, I've been there many times, and I thought that that was one of the best strategies that you could have to get a girl to like you who you're not sure if she would if you just went for it, right? And if you're scared of rejection. So what happens is, and you might have done this before, is you're scared of the rejection. So you go the back door route so you can kind of slide your way in and get her to pay attention to you by being her friend with the hopes that one day, magically, she's going to see you as a guy that she can date, be sexual with, be, boyfriend, girlfriend with, get into a relationship with. However, you have to understand that rarely, if ever, happens. I'm talking 9.8 times out of 10, it does not happen. So your odds are not so good. I was the master of this in high school and in college. Going out, talking to women, and I was a fun guy. I was a nice guy. So women would pay attention to me and I would be able to pretty easily make friends with them. And I would think, oh wow, I got a crush on this girl, and then we would hang out, and then I would fall for her even more because she's giving me more attention, and I'm getting to know her, and so all of this attention and back and forth engagement is pushing me more and more in the friend zone, but more and more to like her. And I'm thinking here, well, if we just spend a little bit more time together, then I can maybe subtly, slyly make my move one day, and then it should work. And there were times when either I wouldn't make the move and nothing would ever happen because she wouldn't, because I was in the friend zone, or I would make my move and I would try to go for a kiss or I would say something to her and I would be rejected. So basically what I did there is I completely wasted my time. So now you're probably thinking, Tripp, okay, great, but I thought we were going to talk about why getting into the friend zone is a good thing. Well, I'll tell you why. It's good to get in the friend zone, not at the hopes of being with her romantically or sexually, but because getting into the friend zone with a girl or having a girl as a friend can be very beneficial to your dating life. For these reasons, first, and in no particular order, first, when you start to hang out with a girl and you become her friend, and you might already know this, you really start to understand women on a different level. Now, I'm not saying that you hang out with them and you can ask their advice and get dating advice from them and get love advice or sex advice or things like that. That's not the reason why it's good to hang out with women. It's good to hang out with them because you can really understand how she's thinking, how she's acting, how she responds to things in everyday life. Here's the thing, is that men and women are inherently different. We're equal, but we are different. The way we think, the way we act, the things that we're interested in, we are different. So in order to understand it better is to spend time with that person and to spend time with her and to really get to know her and just be her friend, just like you're a friend with any of your other guys and you get to know them, but you can really understand how she thinks, how she feels, because naturally those conversations and those things will come up when you guys are together. Just everyday life things that happen. And so when you get to do that, you really understand more about the psyche of a woman. And that's going to help you when you're going out and you're dating or when you're in a relationship, when you're talking to a woman. So again, this is not necessarily about going and talking to a woman and getting dating advice from her. You'll come to Tripp advice for that. But in terms of going and talking to a woman and just being understanding of her energy and the way, like I said, she thinks and feels. And as much as I can maybe tell you that, it's not going to be as powerful as spending time with her. Okay, here's another one. When you are friends with a girl, you have access to her friends. That's right. And I'm going to be very careful here. I don't mean you have access to her friends in a way where you say to your friends, so let's say your friend is Stephanie, and you say, hey, Stephanie, will you do me a favor? Will you put in a good word for Ashley? or whoever, right? No, you don't want to be using your friend to put in any good words. Yes, that can sometimes work, but that is a very weak way of going about it. If you want access to her friends, simply all you have to do is meet them and hang out with them. Okay, so whether this is high school, this is college, this is your social circle when you're older, this is people that you meet out and about, whatever, anytime, anywhere, having access to more women through a girlfriend can be very beneficial to meeting more women. In this way, specifically, it's beneficial because it's kind of a warm introduction. Like, it's already proven that you're a good guy, so there's nothing to do that shows that you need to be trusted, because you're going to already be proven that people like you, right? You're getting those warm introductions. So you're going out there and you're meeting the friends of your friend. Here's the thing also, I don't think this is the best way to just meet women. This is just one avenue, right? There's all kinds of avenues. There's meeting friends through your social circle, which is what I just explained there. There's online dating, there's approaching, there's through your hobbies, right? All these different ways of meeting women. But now this is one more through your social circle in these warm introduction environments. And who better than to have a girl who's a friend, because she's clearly going to have a lot of other girlfriends that you can meet, and then you can meet the girlfriends of those girlfriends. So now you're getting access to even more women with more warm introductions. Again, to reiterate, to really pound this in your head, because I really need you to understand this, is that you're not trying to put yourself in the friend zone with this girl so you can eventually be with her. You're going to have to be very strict on yourself to make sure that this girl, this woman that you're getting into a friendship with, is not someone that you will ever be with romantically, and you have to be okay with that. And if you don't see that, if you don't see yourself being able to not be romantic with her or try or to not be attracted to her, then you mustn't do it. You cannot do it, because it's not going to work, okay? Because I know that you're going to be just pining after her, you're not going to be going after other women, and you're going to be wasting your time. Speaking of wasting time, let me tell you a story about a client that I'm currently working with, okay? So this client, we've been working together for a while now, and he does this all the time, okay? And if you're watching, client, then you know what I'm talking about here. What he's doing is he's going this backdoor route. So he's always trying to go to the backdoor route. He's always trying to kind of hang out with girls, but not in a date context. So he's always asking me, Tripp, what can I say here so we hang out, but, she doesn't, think it's a date, but she kind of thinks it is. So he's trying to do this weird in-between thing. And finally, after so many times of doing this, I had a pound into his skull. I said, listen to me. You've seen that this does not work. What happens is you end up going into this weird in-between state with them. Then you eventually tell them that you like them, and it doesn't work out because you've already been in the friend zone. So now, finally, after seeing the proof of it never working, I said, listen, you have to go the direct route with this one, because he was asking me, what should I do with this girl? I want to kind of ask her out, but not, and keep things like light, but keep things, making sure she knows I like her, but not, and da-da-da-da-da. So finally I said, all right, let's just try this one time. Just go direct. Just ask her out on a date and just go for it. So I wrote the text message for him. He sent it over. What ended up happening was he said to her, hey, would you want to hang out sometime? I think you're really interesting. I think you're cool. So he didn't use the word date, but the way we worded it was very clear that he's asking her out. And she rejected him. Now you're probably thinking like, no, Tripp, that's not what he wanted. This is bad advice. No, listen, this is exactly what he wanted, because no matter what route he was going to go, it wasn't going to happen. They've already spent enough time together where it's kind of a confusing situation, but they've already spent enough time together where the decision was already known. Like, there's not more time that they needed or that she needed to eventually be like, you know what? I do like him. That was never going to happen. And so he got rejected, and she did it very politely. She was like, oh, you know what? I'm not dating right now, or, this is just not the right time, but I really appreciate that. And hey, we should still hang out as friends. And I had him respond in a nice way and say, okay, like, cool, no worries. And I told him, like, don't be her friend, because you're just going to be hanging out with her and you're going to be attracted to her, and it's not going to work out. But the moral of the story and the point is my client was so happy. He said, wow, this is amazing, because he saw the path that he could have gone down. The path that he could have gone down was this long path of multiple dates, but really just hangouts, multiple hours of texting and asking me questions about what he should text and what he should do. So he told me it's like he saw what could have happened, and he just saw a ton of wasted time. Time that could have been spent going out and talking to women that actually are interested and are attracted. So we got this done in a matter of 30 seconds with the text. He got rejected, but didn't feel too bad about it, because that's life and it happens. Not every girl's gonna like you. And then boom, no time wasted. That's the whole point here. And that's why the friend zone is a very evil, evil, terrible place. Not because the woman puts you there, but because you put yourself in there and you waste all your time. There's nothing worse than wasted time, where that time could be better spent going and friend zoning girls who you just actually want to be friends with, meeting their friends, going out, swiping, online dating, whatever you can do to meet women who are going to be interested in you more than a friend. How do you do this all? How do you put this all together? How do you get to the point where you are going out there, you're putting your best foot forward, you're approaching women, talking to women, and getting on dates with women, and they actually like you, and they're not rejecting you, or at least you're getting less rejections? How do you do this? Well, I have a whole system that I've created and refined over the past 10 years called Hooked, which you can check out in the link below. It's called getherhooked.com. If you go to getherhooked.com, you're going to go to a page with a video that's going to describe everything about this program. Basically, it's an 8 to 10 hour video course that's going to teach you all of my best techniques and my whole system for meeting and attracting women and escaping the friend zone and making sure that you avoid it at all costs. Of course, you have all these videos on my YouTube channel, but I've noticed that a lot of guys, they get kind of overwhelmed because there's so many videos, right? You can watch Tripp advice videos for hours and hours at this point, but it doesn't really give you a full guide in terms of where to start and how to put all this together. So if you are frustrated and you feel like you're not really understanding how to put it together, you can check out this course, which starts from the very beginning of how to talk to girls, how to get over your approach anxiety, how to understand what attraction is, and then taking it to the point where you're going out there, meeting women, and you're able to pull those emotional triggers and those attraction triggers so women are interested in you. So I teach you that whole process from beginning to end in this course. You got to check it out. It's super helpful. Guys are getting girlfriends left and right. You'll see that. There's also a bunch of testimonials on there that tell guys' experiences, and I want you to see that so you can see how powerful it is. So check it out at getherhooked.com. The link is in the description below. Stop guessing. Stop wasting your time. If anything, you've learned from this video now that wasting your time is one of the worst things that you can do. So check this out. Stop taking the backdoor route into the friend zone and start using something that works. So go check it out in the description below, and I'll see you on the next video.